Hello, I'm Sister Josephine. I grew up in Wisconsin, and I grew up in a good Catholic family. I have a twin brother and 3 younger sisters, and my father was a veterinarian and my mother a speech therapist in a school. And so I always grew up, we were going to Sunday Mass and praying, but I would say that I definitely encountered God in a deep and powerful way when I was about 16 years old. And so I always had faith, but then I knew His love for me deeply and that He was with me in my life. I was really just going through a time of I was so busy in so many things, sports and good student, always going from one thing to the next. And I realized that I was just going one to the next, but that I was missing meaning in my life. And I fell into darkness and even despair. And in that time, though, God, one night, I was sharing a room with my sister Morgan, and in my room, I just called out to Him, and I said a prayer, something along the lines of, I know that there's so much more to life than this, and if you're real, God, I need to know You now. I need Your help. And from that moment on, in my room that night, I just felt His presence as a father with me, holding me, and He really truly brought meaning back to my life and a real joy, just because I knew that He was real. And little by little after that, my faith deepened and grew, and that meaning and that joy just came alive. So I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I studied English literature, and my plan for my life was to be a teacher and a coach and to get married. So I dated someone for about 5 years, a young man, and my life was heading that direction. But in college, there was a really good Catholic community at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and because of that, I started to pray every day in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and that's where I started to feel my call to be a religious sister. So the more I prayed every day, the more I felt like, if I'm honest with myself, I can't give my whole heart to a husband and to a family of children, because I think God wants me to give my whole heart to Him. And I just felt so attracted just to spend more and more time with Him in the Eucharist. And that's what I wanted with all my heart. And so after a year of kind of going back and forth between the 2 vocations of married life or religious life, one day in front of a tabernacle, I just knew that I felt in my heart that it would please God if I was just all His. And so I prayed that He would give me the courage to follow Him when I left that chapel, and He really did. Once I kind of ended that relationship and then seriously started visiting communities and trying to find which community He wanted me in, then I felt this deep peace of heart come over me. And I met our sisters through a priest. He just gave me 3 different communities he thought I should try visiting, and ours was one, thanks be to God. And what attracted me, I think, the most was our life of prayer, and just to always be going back to Jesus to be with Him in the Eucharist, and what a gift to live with Him every day. And also serving the poor was just a good balance and a good fit for who He made me to be. So that's a little bit of my story, and I'm so grateful to be totally His and just to spend my life with Him so intimately.